What is up, everyone? Welcome to It's Been a Week. I'm your host, Ben McDonald, and this is your weekly dose of whatever the hell just happened. And we're back with another episode of It's Been a Week. I hope you guys had a great week. We had a week of traveling, so there's a lot to unpack here. But before I get into that, I know I said I was done bringing up my friend, well, not really friend, who was supposed to be on the show, and she backed out and then didn't speak to me for a week and then blocked me. And I thought, if you guys have been following along with the story, you know how crazy it is. So the universe is just so funny because we got home from our trip. I'm going through our mail. We got a Christmas card sent back to us. It said unable to deliver to this girl in Australia. We mailed our Christmas cards out December 10th of 2024. We are in July. This Christmas card that we sent out went, I don't know if it made it to Australia and then had to come back. I don't know, but it was non-deliverable. And it's just, what are the odds that the last few weeks leading up to this with this girl that was supposed to be on the episode, who disappeared, who then blocked me from her stories and was still posting. And then when I called her out, completely blocked me, whatever, her Christmas card was sent back to us. Is that not crazy? Is that not wild? So I also was thinking a little bit about this. So she was coming on It's Been a Week. She was going to tell this story about she's been dealing with a stalker and how she had to go to court over this stalker. And it was this whole crazy story. What if the stalker kidnapped her? What if the stalker heard that she was going to come on here and tell the story and she's kidnapped her? So now I'm like, do I need to no, I need to let this go, right? I need to let this go. But I was like, well, how crazy would that be? Anyways, officially moving on, officially letting this go to rest. But I just thought it was so crazy that the Christmas card was returned. Also, 7 months later, or actually more, right? 8 months later, this is right. 8 months, whatever. Crazy. But, the United States Postal Service, I guess it works at its own pace. So this weekend, we went to the Hamptons with our friend Jen, which shout out to Jen. She's one of my favorite people. AJ and I, we flew into New York City. We rented a car. We drove up to the Hamptons. And the Hamptons is just, I don't know, if you guys haven't been there, it's just such a cool place. It's where you go party and you can be trashy, but it's also so classy and so nice and so fancy. But it's just fun. It's chic, but it's casual chic. Does that make sense? And so Jen rents this amazing a condo right on the ocean, right on the water. We were in Montauk. We go out. It's so fun because you can go bar hopping. You go to all these places. So the first night we roll in, of course, it's super exciting. We go out, partying till 2 a.m, dancing, all the things, right? We end at this bar. It is a total dive bar. It is a total hole in the wall. There's a jukebox. There's, people playing, I don't know, poker. I don't know. They're doing something. There's people outside. They're inside. It's small. It's very small. So, and it gives small town feels, you're ordering vodka sodas. You're not ordering fancy martinis at this place. I'm trying to paint the picture here. AJ's on the jukebox. He's playing all the, 90s R&B and all these songs. The bartenders are loving it. Everyone's loving it. Everyone's singing and dancing. All's good, right? So the next day, our friends that also live in the Hamptons, they came up. We went to dinner. We go to Bagatelle, which this Bagatelle, it's not quite like South of France Bagatelle, but it was still nice. So we go to dinner, and then, of course, we're well, we should go out, but it was a Monday night. So we're where are you going to go on a Monday night? So we ended up back at this little dive bar that we went to the night before, and we had such a good time at this place. So we're let's go back there. We walk in, and you can feel the energy of the bartender. She just kind of had this chip on her shoulder. And then there was these guys sitting at the bar, and they just had this you can tell they're locals, and they're meh. And in Montauk, it's a fisherman's town, right? So these guys probably are fishermen. And, also the thing about the Hamptons, there's extreme wealth and then no wealth. It feels there's not really anything in the middle, right? It's the spectrum is really, really rich or not. So these people were the not super wealthy side. Is that how you say that correctly? So we go in there, and then there's this whole group of girls. There's like, they all ended up working, I think, for like American Eagle or something. So of course AJ becomes friends with them. They're on the jukebox, they're playing songs, AJ's singing for them. The rest of us are at the bar. The bartender's being a total bitch, and she looked like Pippi Longstocking. She had like overalls on with her hair in a braid and glasses, but she was just like angry. I'm like, look, you chose to do this job, okay? You picked this career path. Don't be mad at me for ordering fucking drinks. We're at a bar. That's what you do at a bar, is you order drinks, okay? So the night's going on, everything's all good. AJ's singing his heart out, dancing with these girls, and all I wanted all night long. So I'm like, can someone just please play me Escapade by Janet Jackson? That's all I want. So finally the song comes on, I'm dancing, like it's just about to get to the chorus. It's just getting to the best part of the song, and it's like boom, click. And I look over at the bartender, and she's got some little remote, which apparently she can like, override the jukebox. She shuts the song off, and I see her look at AJ, and she goes, "You need to leave." And I was like, huh? My little antenna went up, because I'm like, first of all, no one fucking yells at AJ except for me. Okay. So I go over there, and I'm like, what's going on? And they were like, the bartender like told AJ, like, I've been being nice all night, but your voice is just so high pitched. And she goes, I've been nice all night long. And AJ goes, really? Well, your face hasn't been. And so then they kicked AJ out, which then the bartender too, she made this argument, and she goes, people are leaving the bar because of you guys. I'm like, we're the only people here. People are leaving. They're our friends. They're going home because it's midnight. Like us singing and dancing is not causing people to leave. So AJ leaves, and then this whole group of girls, it's probably like 15 people, they all leave. So I'm looking at the bartender, and I'm like, you've just lost all your business. So then I look, and I'm like, can I just get my credit card? And I go, you've been a bitch all night. And that didn't sit very well with those two guys, the fisherman guys that I mentioned a minute ago. So they're sitting at the bar, and they're like, what? You can't call her a bitch. And I'm like, I'm gay. I can call her a bitch if I want. I go, that's like a compliment coming from me. Which, should I have said that? Probably not. Because then it turned into this whole, no, what does your sexuality have to do with it? And I was like, well, you're right, and whatever. But like, it was just so, they were blowing it out of proportion. And there is going to come a point in my life, I know it. I've never been in a physical altercation. I've been in a ton of verbal altercations, of course, but I've never been punched. And I do know that someday I am going to get punched. Like, that is written in the stars for me. We know that. And at this point, as soon as I said that and I saw them out, because these guys were huge, I'm like, they could like sit on me. I'm like, ew, is today the day? I'm like, this might be the day I get punched. So I'm just like, can I just get my credit card and leave? I just want to leave. Like, fuck you. And she's like, our systems are down. I'm like, your systems are down? You have a cash register from like 1974. I don't think you have a system. Just give me my fucking credit card. So she's making it this whole thing, and then she goes and she's getting all these like rolls of paper, and I'm just like, what? I mean, it was so dramatic, but I didn't end up getting punched. I did not. So the physical altercation, and they're like, you can't call her a bitch. I'm like, well, I could have called her a cunt, which probably would have been more fitting, but I didn't. So then we left that place, not to return, continued our vacation. We had a great time. Hamptons are amazing. They stopped at our friend's house. They have an amazing house in the Hamptons, and it was insane. They have a bunch of animals. They have like a ranch there. So we saw that. It was great. Went to the city. We ended up going to a really nice dinner with Jen, and then we went with some of the Real Housewives, which if you guys watch the Real Housewives of New Jersey, we were with Margaret and her husband Joe. And if you watch the Real Housewives of Orange County, we were with Tamara and her husband Eddie. So that was amazing. And Margaret has been on the show before. Tamara will be coming on the show at some point. So really, that was super fun. Had a great night. Went out. And then that morning, AJ and I got up, and the story, here we go, guys. We're going to get into it. Beyonce. I'm so sick of talking about this concert. I'm so tired of talking about the Beyonce concert. So on this trip, because I was not able to go to the Houston show due to the commercial, I told AJ, look, I'm going to book us a flight from New York back to Dallas. And I found a flight that had a layover in Atlanta. Beyonce was performing in Atlanta. So I was like, when we're going to get there, and then we got off the plane, and I was like, I'm going to go to the kiosk, the desk, and tell the people that you have severe diarrhea and we can't get on our next flight. And I'm going to see if there's any way they'll bump us to tomorrow morning. So I go to the desk, and he's like, your flight, you have to go to this like little phone booth. So I like pick up this phone, and they're like, we can't put you on a flight tomorrow because whatever, but we can get you on a later flight tonight. And I'm like, well, he's really sick. Like, can't get out of the bathroom. He was on the bathroom the whole other flight. Like, I just don't think he's going to be well by tonight. Like, is there any way we can get on tomorrow? And she's like, no. And then she says, and tonight you'll be on standby. And I said, okay, so you're telling me we're going to go to the pharmacy, try to get some medicine, and then we're going to have to fly standby? And I was like, she goes, okay. And she like looked at my thing, and she saw that I used to be a diamond member with Delta and all this other stuff. So she's like, let me see what I can do. So she goes and talks to someone, I don't know, her supervisor, comes back, and she's like, okay, we're going to put you on the 8 a.m. flight tomorrow morning. And I was like, okay, great, thanks. So my plan actually worked pretty well. We get to our hotel, we check in. We've got like 3 hours until the Beyoncé concert. Oh, I just fast forwarded and I missed a whole fucking section. So you guys remember how I bought the wrong tickets for Friday night instead of Thursday? Well, turns out StubHub emailed me, and they're like, the seller cannot provide you the tickets because it was some scammy bullshit. So they refunded me, and then I was able to go on Ticketmaster, and I bought the correct tickets for Thursday night. Here's my bit of advice for anyone. Don't use StubHub. StubHub it's dodgy. It's shady. There's all these fees. Like, buy your tickets on Ticketmaster. Buy them like what I don't know what they call it, like certified resale or whatever. Buy your shit through Ticketmaster. So we have like 3 hours before the show, and we go to a bar, we get a few drinks because like we don't need to be there that early, right? So we get to the show. You guys, it was such a shit show. Our tickets were at will call because we had bought them not last minute, but kind of last minute. And our tickets were at will call. There's no signage. They're running us around all the place. They're taking us here. They're taking us there. And they're like, no. Then we finally get to the will call. There's one person working the will call window. The line was down the block. So we waited in this line for 2 hours in the heat, waiting for this thing. We're like, once we finally get to I'm almost to the window. I'm like, there's one person ahead of us. I hear Beyonce's concert starting. I missed the opening song from the concert. I was furious. I was like, this is so fucked up. Spent a fortune on these tickets, and we missed the opening, like the best part when she comes out, which thank God for TikTok because you can like go watch it on there. And I was so pissed. I was like, what the fuck? But besides that, we got cocktails. We were right next to the stage, right in the pit, standing there. The concert was amazing. You know, if you're a Beyonce fan, I thought the Renaissance album was better, like more dancey, more fun, but I thought the Cowboy Carter tour was a better show. I mean, it was phenomenal. Like, it was, you know, she played stuff from her old hits, from Renaissance, from Cowboy Carter. Blue Ivy was there dancing. It was amazing. And I would say, make sure you can go see it. But by the time this episode comes out tomorrow, there's only going to be, I think, Vegas left. So if you can get to Vegas by the end of the month, highly recommend going to see her. It was an insane show. It was so good. We ended up going afterwards to a drag show, which everyone was performing Beyonce songs. So it's like the party continued. Then we got back to our hotel room, had to be up by 6 a.m., got on our flight, made it back to Dallas, and now we are home. We are exhausted, and I think we're done traveling for like a minute. Like, we just need a beat to fucking chill because we have just been going and going and going, and it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. So no guest this week. You're going to hear from AJ next week. The next 3 weeks, I've got some like amazing people. Some people I've been so excited for. Like, I can't even wait. So shorter episode this week. You will hear from AJ, and I hope you guys have a great week. And that's all I got for you guys. So I'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you for listening to that episode of It's Been a Week, but don't touch that dial because it's not over yet. Get ready for the after show. Been there, done that with AJ. Well, we're going to get AJ's take on whatever the fuck I just said. And here we are. Short episode. It's only 15 minutes, and now we're here with you, AJ.
Ugh, felt like an hour listening to you.
Oh, shut up.
I mean, first of all, I had a little revelation
Oh, boy. Here we go. What was your fucking revelation?
when everything happened at this bar
Yeah.
with the bartender and all that stuff. It was when your song finally came.
Yeah.
So maybe the frustration and everything that she had to, express was really with you because you had been sitting by that bar all night while I was making friends with everyone and dancing and having a grand old time. But you had gotten up and came over to the jukebox area because your song was on. And then I went up to her to order, I think maybe a drink or something. And that's when she was like, I've been really nice all night. I've been quiet, haven't really said anything. But y'all are being so, loud, your high pitched voices.
Well, that's you.
No, but why hadn't she said that previously?
Maybe she's a racist bitch. And the second we had Janet Jackson on, she was like, no.
I don't think it's that. I think it has everything to do with you.
No, I think it has everything to do with you because she was like, you've been loud and in high pitched voice. I may have been at the bar, but I wasn't loud.
You were the high pitched voice.
I definitely didn't have a high pitched voice.
Okay, we're gonna talk real low now. I don't know.
Every time you call a customer service representative, they're like, ma'am.
It's because I'm nice. I'm kind. I have a feeling. But
Do you
here's
remember
the
we
deal.
were at the drive-thru one time?
What?
And they were like, you were ordering and like, anything else, ma'am? And you go, it's sir. And they were like, okay, ma'am. And it was like they called you ma'am like 4 times.
I know.
You kept correcting them. I mean, I think that's also where we were. They were not the brightest bulbs.
Well, if you correct someone once, they don't do it, and you do it twice and they don't do it, and they do it multiple times, I really don't think it has anything to do with me.
No, then they're just fucking stupid.
But listen. First of all, she was really unhappy. And what was funny is,
but I'd be that unhappy too if I looked like an ugly bitch.
Okay, but I don't know why you have to go there because I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that. I did not go there with her on any of that. All I said to her was when she said, I've been nice, I've been quiet all night, and I haven't been saying anything. I said, well, maybe you say it, but your face sure did. Because, hello, body expression does matter. And she was being rude. And so, I was just expressing that even though maybe she was choosing to not use the words, her body expression all night long was quite rude. And the part that you left out in this is from the minute we walked in the bar, I was harassed by those people. They harassed me about my hat.
I yelled at them for that.
Yeah. And they were like being very rude about it. And then when they asked, where did you get it? And I said, I made it. They stopped. But I wasn't mean to them at that point, nor was I mean to that girl. When she looked at me and then I said that, I think she might have gasped for a second because I don't think she expected me to say that at all. But she deserved it. And then the guys were like, oh, should we call Sal? Should we call Sal, who must be the owner? And I was just looking like, y'all can call anybody you want. I don't care.
If
and then
I would have been there at that point, I would have pulled out the bridesmaids and been like, oh, the owner.
Yeah, see, I just walked away and then I went back to my new friends and I could tell they were kibitzing about me. So I looked over, I'm like, what? What do you want? And she was like, you need to leave. And I was like, okay, bye. And when literally I turned to walk around, that whole group of women were like, where are you going? I'm like, she said I need to leave. And they were like, well, then we're leaving with you. And literally the whole bar cleared
But
up.
that's what I'm saying. She lost all her business. No one tipped her. She lost all the. And I'm like, you're working at a bar. What do you expect? People come there to get drunk. People come there to have cocktails.
But this is like when I went to boarding school and everyone would talk about the locals. People have a chip on their shoulder. They're jealous of something. They want to feel like this is their place and their special thing. I get it to some regards, but then don't what's that saying? Don't break the hand that feeds you, or what's that?
Don't bite
the hand that feeds you. Because at the end of the day, most of the people that go to that bar and probably do spend lots of money. I'm sure there's people that constantly go there, but the people that are going there and spending a lot of money and making it probably
tourists.
Yes, or people that are coming in to visit.
The locals aren't spending that much money, and
who knows if they are?
But they're probably not charging them that much money.
So that's true. But here's a couple more things from your earlier rant.
Hmm.
You are like the Hamptons. You can go and be, what did you say, trashy?
Like you can go there and get wasted, but it's like chic wasted.
Yeah.
It's like glamorous.
I think you didn't really clarify till, you know, a good chunk of the way through your story that we were in Montauk, which is a very different place than the Hamptons. Like you
But we
say,
also spent time in the Hamptons, and Montauk is part of the Hamptons.
no, yeah, like it's a regional thing, but we spent time in Southampton and in Watermill. Like these are all different. We also went to Amagansett to see Andy Cohen's house, which is also part of the
But
Hamptons.
a lot of people they're not going to know the difference between all that. So it's like
But
just
that
call it the Hamptons. That's like saying I went to
New
Cobb.
York City,
Yeah, you went to New York City.
yeah, but
But you wouldn't
you,
be like, I spent time in Chelsea or the Upper East Side. You'd be like, I was in New York City.
but they're all very different.
Right. But people who don't live there wouldn't know that. So you just say I went to New York
But that's
City.
an important part of clarifying because, like, this whole idea of being trashy and whatever, that doesn't happen anywhere else. Montauk is the fun place that allows you to like go wild. But the other places, like, they don't, that's not happening.
I'm sure there's house parties where it's happening.
Oh, of course it is. It's happening all over the world. But I'm just saying, I think it's an interesting visual that you created.
Okay.
Um, and now to Beyonce.
Fuck. You know what I was thinking about too, and I hate to bring her up. Like, but do you think this is all karma from the Margie stuff?
Why?
Because remember she was like, "You're a Satan worshiper with Beyonce," and then I came on here and called her Humpty Dumpty. Do you think this is all the universe being like, "You shouldn't have called her that"?
I don't know, but you are amazing that you just had to bring it back up. It's ridiculous. Um, Here's the deal with the Beyonce stuff. First of all, we got there and I had to pee so badly.
Oh,
And I was
that.
literal like, I was about to
No,
just go in my pee.
actually before that,
Yeah.
let's talk about the fucking pedicab.
Yeah, I know that guy took us for a literal ride.
We were so close to the stadium, so close. Like
We were not that close.
AJ, it was right across the bridge.
Mm-mm,
It was right there.
mm-mm.
And then AJ goes, "Oh my god, a pedicab!" So we not only do we get on, he invites these.
You,
You invited them.
you,
Girl, don't even.
you invited her. You invited her,
No,
Benjamin.
I did.
Yes, you invited her. She was sitting down and her friend was talking to someone else, and you were like, you invited her, and you were like, happy birthday. You invited her.
Agree to disagree. I don't remember that. But then we're like, we were so close, and this bike guy, he like took us around this long way. He got off the bike to fix the music, which I was like, we don't need that. And then he brought us like what, like farther away from the stadium, and he's like, that'll be $200. And I was like, what? He goes, it's $10 per person per minute. He goes, you were 5 minutes, 4 people. I'm like, oh no. That was some fuckery.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But then we're walking, and I had to pee so badly. And where are you going to go? And so then we couldn't figure out where to enter. And I said to these people, like, I have to go pee. And so then they had told us to walk into this one area.
Mhm.
And then those people like, you're not supposed to be in here. And I'm like, this lady told me to be in here. And I'm like, I'm really going to pee. And then she came to our rescue. Remember, she came inside and then literally she tried to help us get the tickets there, but because they were bought so close, we had to go to the will call. And so at that point, I was like, I'm literally going to pee on the floor. And so then she was like, walk down there. And you left me at this point. You left. No, we were trying to go. I was walking ahead and you were like taking your sweet old time
No,
talking to people.
the girl was like, this is where you have to go. I was just trying to get the fucking tickets.
No, you left though. You went outside.
Yeah, I had to. The girl's like, this way.
But you should have came with me because I
You
ended
were
up.
on a mission.
Well, what's funny is I am kind and nice and got through all these things of security. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to get to our seats because you needed to have like the wristbands and stuff. But I was in the concert. They were like, we're gonna lose our job. I'm like, I promise you, you won't lose your job. Like, we're gonna have a bigger issue when I start peeing my pants right here. And they literally walked me to the bathroom, and then someone else was like, I can't go no further. Go over there. I got so far into that concert without even a ticket on me. And they're like, don't you have your ticket? I'm like, no, it's on his phone. I had nothing. And then I had to come and find you in that horrid, horrid line.
That was so. didn't move.
It
So
was horrible.
it was horrible. And then there was this trashy girl in front of me. She was like this white girl with red hair.
Oh,
She had
it's
a
her
she
birthday.
had a grill. She didn't get her ticket.
I know it's her birthday because
And
she bought them on StubHub.
yeah, she got her tickets on StubHub or some other thing. And she got there and she's like, I'm gonna cut someone. And
I
I'm
know
like,
it was a lot.
I was like, whoa,
But her friend brought her the merch. He went and got her the merch.
$500 worth of merch.
How nice of that friend, though, because he wasn't going to see the show till the next night, but he came and stood in line for 4 hours because it was her birthday.
I wouldn't do. I don't care.
What a nice
I
kid.
don't care what friend is listening. I would not be standing out in that heat for 4 hours to get you a fucking
But
t-shirt.
you
I'd be
know
like,
what was
order it online.
happening in that will call line? People were in the wrong line. And who was the one that ended up taking charge and make sure everyone was in the right line? Me. And so then that girl that maybe works for Ticketmaster, because it was Ticketmaster, Live Nation, and the Mercedes-Benz place.
And the Cowboy Carter.
And the Cowboy Carter people. Maybe it was Ticketmaster and Live Nation were one thing, the Mercedes-Benz and the Cowboy Carter. So at some point, someone tried to convince the Cowboy Carter girl to let you and I get around this long line because they're like, he's been so helpful. Do you remember when that happened? They were like trying to help us, and the girl was like, sorry, we can't do anything. But they were so appreciative because I was like, all these people are in the wrong line.
But then there was a friends and family line because they were like, "Oh, are you friends and family?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "No, you're not." And I was like, "But even there was people in that line, but they weren't getting their tickets." And I'm like, "This is a fucking disaster."
It was a mess, actually. The whole situation was a mess. And here's the deal. The concert is exceptional. Like, she's exceptional. Everything's exceptional. It really is. It's just interesting, though, like, as a performer, as a singer, there's something about it that, like, I just am missing when I see her shows.
Well,
Like,
I love Beyonce, but the difference, I think, like when we went to the Pink concert, Pink somehow really connects with the audience.
yeah, there's an intimacy that is
Like I think Pink looks down on everyone, whereas Beyonce looks above everyone. Like she doesn't connect. There is no like personalization. There's no like bonding. There's no having moments or giving looks to people. There's none of that. It's like she's looking above the crowd and it's like perform. Whereas like Pink was like in it. She was like, "Oh my god, you guys are getting what?" She's there. She's
well,
like
that's what I think it's
the
there.
connection.
This is like it's orchestrated so meticulously that there's no moments of intimacy. There's no moments of connection. There's no moments of realness. It's
Very
just
rehearsed.
like, yes. And what's interesting about this show compared to the Renaissance one, because I felt this at Renaissance too, I said it,
Mm-hmm.
is this one they got smart and she changes her outfits every single time she goes out and performs. So it's creating
She
something
did at Renaissance
new,
too.
not like this.
Maybe not as many, but it was always
Yeah.
different outfits.
It's not, I don't think it was like this.
'Cause I remember stalking the Instagram looking.
Oh, well, you know better than I.
Speaking of being over rehearsed, did you see the thing that just came off Mariah Carey? Where like she has her like screens with her lyrics.
Yeah.
And it literally,
Most everyone.
but it says on there like the word for it to say, sing with me, and then in parentheses, hand mic to person on your left. Like it literally gives her fucking stage directions.
Yeah.
But it's like, girl,
No, but like as someone that actually does this work with not necessarily singers but executives, that's always there, and it's good to have that stuff there because you're in the
but
middle.
then it even said like on the lyrics, it said, I can't hear you. Like it literally,
That's a lot.
it doesn't matter how loud everyone screams. She's going to go, I can't hear you.
That's
mean,
really funny.
It's a lot.
I mean, at the end of the day, I am just recognizing how much I love genuineness, and like real connection. And
I love fake.
it's a lot. So yeah, so it was quite the week, and of course,
How about me making that Delta shit happen?
I mean, that was pretty great. That was awesome.
Like that was
really
good. They were like, we can't move you to.
Especially because our friends,
Oh my god,
Tanya and Brian, who met us in New York City, literally on their way to New York City, got rerouted to Atlanta.
no, Virginia.
Oh, Virginia couldn't come in
Oh,
for the next day. On their way home, plane wouldn't take off. They had to go to Minnesota. They were gonna get stuck in Minnesota. Then they convinced them to send them to Vegas, but the bags had already gone to Minnesota. We need to text them and figure out where they're at.
I think
They
they're
could
in
be
Vegas. Who knows where they are?
yeah, they're amazing. But that Delta did them dirty.
Delta did them dirty.
Yeah,
But
Delta did them dirty.
thank you, Delta, for moving our flights.
And
Of AJ severe diarrhea.
I mean, that is ridiculous. Mind you, I'm standing outside of PF Chang's waiting for
I was
you.
at the desk and I'm like, they're like, where is he? I go, oh, he's in the bathroom. I go, I'm telling you, there's no getting him out of
Why
there.
do you give so many secrets away on this stupid podcast?
Well, I mean, I'm not planning to use that again. We always take direct flights. We never stop. We only did this layover thing because it was like we had to Beyonce.
I know, but like sometimes the magic that like happens, you just like take it away.
I'm very open and honest with the listeners. I'm giving them.
Oh, please,
my
you like
insight.
the drama. But do we have any more to talk about? Because I have one last thing.
I don't think so. I mean, we made it to the not Hamptons, Montauk. We made it,
Which is amazing. Montauk is like the best place out there. It's changed a lot.
Yeah,
but
we
it's
made
so
it to Beyonce. We did the Delta thing. No, I think that was the weekend.
okay. Jen Geyser
I love.
is the best.
I tried to get her to be on this week, but she was traveling to.
No, the real story, because let's not lie to the people. We ordered the microphones to Montauk, and they came and they arrived, and you never opened the box. And poor Jen had to send them.
We were drunk, and we were like, we should do an episode from the beach here, and we ordered $1,000 worth of microphones to Montauk, and then as we were leaving Montauk, we grabbed the package that we never even went to go pick up at the front office, and she had to return them. No, but she was going to call in and be on for this, but she's traveling to LA right now.
Yeah, she's just the best. I've been friends with her for, I guess, over 15 years, and I just love her. She's like a lifer. I think she's the greatest human in the world. We're so lucky to have her as a friend. All the things that we get to do together are so fun, and she's just a wonderful person. And it's
generous,
so generous, and it's so interesting. You know, when you're friends with people, you not forget, but maybe because I don't know, like you've just built this family with them, you almost don't realize how significant of a person they are and how exciting of a person a stranger is to meet them because of the role that she has and the job that she has. And I think it's really fun when that happens because then we're reminded, like, Jen's a freaking baller, you know?
She's a boss.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about her when she comes on because we'll go into all that.
Yeah, but I think it's good for folks when Jen Geyser comes on, listen to the episode. Yeah.
Folks?
Yeah, for folks.
What are you, like 90? Oh, come on. All right. On that note, all you folks listening out there today, I will see you next Tuesday.